Hello everyone, welcome back to Prince Nikki's channel. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a minute. I know I feel like I'm saying that more often these days in the videos. Every time we're like, we're going to make more videos, but life's just so busy, guys. It really is. So we do hope to bring more videos, but we're here and we want to bring you an update on Casa Josie. For those of you who have been following, this is a fantastic build. As you see, some great images here and you can have a look. If you haven't already seen this previous stages to this build, if you go onto our channel, under the playlist, you'll be able to see the previous stages for this as well. This particular house, for those of you who are not aware, is a 5-bedroom house. And the total area is 386 metres squared, or 4,155 square feet. So today's video, we're going to be bringing you an update on the casting of the floor slab. We are a little bit further ahead now, but as I say, we've just been busy, so we're just trying to bring you up to date with some videos. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. As you know, we've been on a journey since last year when we started our project, and we continue to grow and continue to share our knowledge and experience in our own personal and professional lives, and we hope to continue to do that. So do hit the subscribe button and let us know in the comments how you feel the video has gone today. So as you can see here, this was the preparation prior to the casting of the floor slab.
Yeah, at the previous stage, we finished raising the foundation by additional block as requested by the client. He wanted the foundation to be substantially higher. So at this stage, what you can see here, the guys are just beginning to do the plumbing works and also the final compacting and the sand blending.
So for those of you who don't know, the sand blending, so when you've done your filling and your laterite filling, so what we normally do is, because there's different ways people tend to do it, some people fill it in and they leave it for
The rain.
waters, or the water to be sprayed on it, or the rainy seasons. We feel that it's better to do it in a way that you compact it halfway through. So we normally do half filling, then we compact it down. Then we do the final filling and compacting, and that just makes sure all the material is well done, and we're ready to go for the sand blending.
Yeah, the sand blending is very important because this is part of the requirement if you follow the Ghanaian building codes, any building standard across the globe. Before you can put a DPM down, you need to sand blend the laterite, because the laterite got stones in it, and you can't just not put effectively it's a rubber on a stone and you put concrete on it. What that would do is it will just pierce the rubber. So it's always recommended to put a sand blending between 50 mil and 75 mil down before you lay your DPM.
Yeah, and I know previously in our own video on the channel, when we did our own foundation floor slab and the costing video, there is some good video images in there whereby we showed you some alternative materials that have been used, what they call DPM, and actually it's very much like a rubber bag, and it does split, so it's really important that you get the right grade and specification of the materials that you're going to use when you put that on top. So it's really important that the sand blending is done to make sure that it stands the best chance, really, in terms of making sure that it doesn't get any splits.
Yeah, there are specifically two different types of the DPM you can use. One is what you call 300 MU or 500 MU, depending on the ground level, water level of the ground. If you are in a very marshy area, then you have to use a very thick, high specification. As you know, on all our projects, well, the DPM we use is sourced from the UK. It's the UK specification. There is a company in Ghana who sells this, so that's what we use. There's a huge difference between that and the one that people will buy, which is they sell a roll for 150 cities. So if you get your contractor, if they say they lay in DPM, what quality it is, because there's a difference in terms of quality between something that is being sold 150 cities a roll and the one that is 1,200 cities a roll. So you should know that the in terms of the quality, If you're keen on preventing damp, you must make sure your contractor or whoever is building for you is using the right product.
I mean, to be fair, if me, I'm personally going to spend the cheaper amount on the DPM, there's no point actually using it, because there's so many homes that you see that you can tell that they've just not used the right method or right material, because you see so many homes that have got damp problems.
It's the knowledge, isn't it? If you don't know, you are abroad, you are building, somebody say we laying a rubber, and they go and buy the cheap rubber and put down. You don't know the quality, so you need to specify the design. It need to be specified on the drawing to say this is the quality you got to use. But 99% of the drawings we review for people or do estimates on, none of them show DPM.
Yeah, the details are not
The
there,
details
isn't
are
it?
not there.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes down to the supervision and the knowledge, isn't it? But yeah, so as you can see here, what happened, we've now laid the DPM all over the top of the sand blending. I know previously what we say is lay the DPM in sections with a 4-inch overlap with tape, a special tape that you use.
So you can see the tapes, that those are the black tapes.
Yeah, but with this design of this building, they have ground beams, so to make sure that there's no cutting and any gaps at all, the DPM was laid with the 4-inch overlap and tape, and then the ground beams laid on top of that, just to make sure that there's no penetration from the ground upwards.
Yeah, and also what is very critical at this stage is that you need to get a proper carpenter to do the shattering around the foundation. This is the way you make sure you get the right height of the concrete. It is because we see whereby people come to do their screeding, the levels are all over the way they cast the ground floor or the slab. So it's important to make sure you get the right level so that when you cast the slab, your slab is relatively level, so that you don't come when you come to your screeding time doing a screed about 100 and 120 mil just to get the levels right.
I think it's really important for your cost efficiency to get every stage, take time and make sure that you get things right so that it doesn't cost you double later on. So as Prince said, make sure you get that level correct. And also it's important about getting the right ratio for your concrete mix. There's a lot of cracking that happens sometimes, and it's down to the ratio.
It is. The ratio is quite important. That comes to the concrete grade. Your structural engineer will specify the grade of a concrete that should be used for your building. Typically for a domestic house, you have a grade of C25. You need to know how to mix your concrete to get that C25. If you don't know, then you will not achieve the performance of the specification.
And that's where you get the cracking and the honeycombing and things, isn't it?
Yeah, the honeycombs also go to the mix and the blending, not proper shattering. What is key here is some people will think, oh, let's save you money. They'll use less cement and put more sand in. But what it takes is you have a weaker concrete compared to what is specified. So you need to ask your engineer what is the specification of your concrete. And if your builder or your former doesn't know how to achieve those grade, ask your structural engineer what is the mix to achieve that specification.
Yeah. I think there's been people that have reached out to us a number of times for guidance on getting the right DPM and DPC via us as we've started our P&D construction. So if any of you do want to get a hold of that material, we're happy to help and steer you in the direction to get the material. As I said before, we're doing a number of different supporting roles now in terms of under the P&D construction umbrella. We are doing construction as per this building and a number of others that we've started. We've done quite a lot recently in terms of architectural and structural drawings, haven't we? So we're helping people in the early stages.
Yeah, we've got a whole turnkey service where we're doing both design and construction. Majority of the clients we find out we are in the design stage. Some people comes to us, and then when we review the design doesn't work, and or the building is too big than their budget. So it's just working with people to refine that, to refine the design to meet their specific needs.
Yes, and cost saving as well. There's a lot of designs that people may have had done some time ago, or we look at it and actually there's elements that are missing, key structural elements, but also there's cost saving to be made. So we're happy to help people along on that journey, and we continue with that. So moving back onto Casa Josie project, as you can see, they're now doing the concrete. You can see them slowly working their way across, making sure that they're getting the level as per the carpentry at the side, and just making sure it's real kind of level and smooth, really.
Yeah, on the casting day where we always, there is a carpenter on site, the plumber is on site. It's all this attendance is required so that to make sure the pipes are the right place when you doing your casting. We use two machines. We always use two machines for casting. Two machine, 24 laborers, 4 masons. But on this day, one of the laborers didn't turn up, so it was 23.
Yeah, I think sometimes people might think they'll save money by using one machine, but it actually takes longer. And I think getting all your slab done in one shorter period, it actually helps with the curing as well, and the way it's not done over 2 days. I just think it's better in terms of
It
how
is.
it's done.
There was no way we could have cast this with one machine. It's 240 square meters of concrete. One machine would never have done it. So two machine is the best to go, and make sure it's done effectively and everyone is happy.
Even with our own one, we use 2 machines for both levels, and by 2 p.m. we're kicking back with the feet, chilling out because we've done everything.
Yeah, but I would say Project Lashibi, that was nearly over 320 square meters, and it took them they didn't finish till about 6 o'clock. It was
It was
huge.
a late one, wasn't it,
Yeah,
for
it was
that?
huge because it's a huge area.
If you want to see Project Lashibi, again, it's on the playlist. So we've got a number of projects that are on the roll now, so you'll be able to watch them through slowly, and we will be bringing you our own update on our roofing sheets, which they've actually started fitting. Was it yesterday?
We started, the revision arrived from China, started fitting yesterday. So yeah, all good.
Yeah, they started fitting. So we'll do a little video anyway for you. Maybe it'll be a little shorts or something, but have a look and see what's going on. As you can see on here, you've got all the pipe works in the slab. This is the rainwater pipe for the secret roofing. So it's all built into the plan so that it's kindly nicely tied together. One of the discussions people have is floor drains, whether to have them or not. So it's something that you personally would need to consider. On our own, we didn't want floor drains. We don't like the odour that comes from them, and the mosquitoes and all those things, isn't it?
It's also here the client specifically say, well, no floor drain, because I don't think anywhere in Europe or America, those where you've been,
they don't
that
have
you
it.
go to your kitchen and have a floor drain in your kitchen. That's why the sinks go overflow in the sinks. So the floor drains just emit these odors and stuff.
It's just really just something to mention to you, because what I will say is when you have people building over in Ghana, sometimes people do what they've always done. So even if it's not on your drawing, if it's something that they do, they will put it in. So you just need to be very clear what you want and what you don't want.
Yeah, but that was clear to me when I went to buy a sink in Ghana, and the sink didn't have overflow. So that explains why when they do it, they always put a floor drain. There's a floor drain in your kitchen. There's a floor drain in your toilets. There's a floor drain everywhere around the house, because these sinks, majority of them on the sale haven't got the overflow facility. So even when you're sourcing your sinks, it's all these things you got to think about.
I think the main point here is when you're looking at your building, you need to look at your building as a whole structure and how everything's tied in. And that's why it's really important to have a kind of project management eye. So to think about it as a whole.
So in terms of materials for the casting, we use 119 bags of cement. We use 2 normal trip of sand, that is 18 cubic chalk, and 1 river sand, and then we bought 2 stones. It is important, we always recommend all our project we use river sand to reduce the amount of clay content in the sand. There is a whole studies that have been done by GASM or how to achieve the right mix to achieve the concrete grade. So we just follows all that recommendation in all our projects.
So as you can see here, it's nicely done. You can see it's starting to dry off. I'm really pleased with the level. I'm really pleased with how it's drying, and yeah, it's done well. And we know from, we've just finished the block work, haven't we? So we know how the finish of it is. There was no cracking, there was nothing that was worrying us, and we're really pleased with the finish, as is our client. So we're good to go for the next stage. Thank you for watching, everyone. We do appreciate you showing the love, sharing the videos. We do see a lot of you sharing on WhatsApp, and we thank you all for engaging with us in the comments and for liking and subscribing. Help us to continue to grow and continue to watch. But thank you for watching today, and we will continue bringing you some updates through the holiday period.
Thank you. Bye.